TJay, let's go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Marks in the building. Buddy and TJay. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Marks in the building. Feel the way. Feel the way. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Let's go. Yeah. Welcome to the cage. Welcome to the noise. Buddy on the mic. TJay with the boys. Brain in the heart. We don't need a choice. We stand on our takes. We live with the void. Don't say best. No ducking the smoke. We call it how it is. Every word we spoke. From the prelim wars to the title. Hope we don't write trends. We break your skull. Hands up high when the beat hit heavy. Crowd get loud when the bass get ready. This ain't casual talk. This is fight night energy. MMA marks is a raw intent. Today don't play no. We pick a side. Win or lose. We let it ride. Brain or heart. We decide inside. Then we stand on it. No place to hide. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
I love gold. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Marks in the building. Buddy and TJay. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Marks in the building. Feel the way. Feel the way. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Let's go. Sometimes it's brain. Sometimes it's heart. Either way, we stand on it. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Marks in the building. Buddy and TJay. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Lock in. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Marks in the building. Feel the way. Feel the way. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Let's go. MMA Marks Podcast. Buddy. TJay. Mark your picks. Talk your shit. Let's go. This ain't the news. This is Fight Talk. MMA Marks. MMA Marks. Welcome. I see Thor in the chat first, and anybody else out there, if you're just joining us, we just getting started. We got UFC Perth in less than 12 hours now. It's like 11 hours, even a little less than 11 hours. Just in case.
Actually. So it's 7. Actually, it's like what 1:13 my time now. So like 7.5 hours. Just over 7 hours actually. It's not that long.
No, wouldn't it be 11 hours, not 7?
No, because it's 9 a.m. my time from. So it's like
Oh shit! I'm thinking of 7 a.m. my time. It's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I keep doing that. Yeah. So as Josh was saying, it's much earlier than when a lot of us realize. But
good for the Perth, man. In Australia, I mean, I guess that's a good time for them because a lot of times when they do is in the pay-per-views they force everybody to go in the middle of their night. Is
Yeah,
that
because that's like evening. I think that's like evening time for them. Because you got to think about the time difference as well. So yeah, that would be about evening time for them. Yeah, because more. Yeah, that's around about the evening time for them.
yeah?
Because right now it's more. Right now it's like morning time for them. Right now it's probably around about like 5-6 in the morning for them right now. So by then it'll be like mid afternoon.
Hell yeah! And just to give a little quick introduction, most of y'all would know me by now, but I'm MMA Marks or Buddy or however you want to call me. Been at this thing for a long time. Been a huge fan of pro wrestling, MMA, and then we got SkyHighJosh. Some of you guys already know him, but I'll let him introduce himself a little bit right after I pass it to him. But he's filling it for TJay. TJay couldn't make it, and perfect filling. Like I said, a lot of you guys will already know SkyHighJosh. So Josh, you want to tell him like a little quick little thing while I take a little hit? you're,
Yeah, sure. I'm
you're,
Josh.
yeah, there you go.
Just a filler for TJ tonight. But yeah, just getting into the podcast scene myself. Big UFC fan. Played a lot of UFC. Done a lot of like sports myself. Bit of Thai boxing, bit of jiu-jitsu. Done boxing as well, kickboxing. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's the kind of thing that actually got me into UFC was me training them sports. And then me like obviously talking to people about UFC and then seeing clips from it myself. That was the main thing that actually got me into UFC was like me just seeing like the odd clips here and then. And like I mentioned to you earlier, one of the main fights that gave me that oh my god moment was when Anthony Pettis fought Benson Henderson in that fight when he
yeah.
hit him with that flying kick off the cage.
It got
When I
coined the
seen that,
Showtime kick.
that's what I'm saying. As soon as I seen that, that's what brought me in more, and then I just consistently started watching it more and became a fan of UFC.
Hell yeah. And a lot of times I forget to say stuff because we have a very close group and a lot of the main homies, which I know Thor would know a lot of this. But be on the lookout for me and Josh to do a lot more together. We're always doing shared streams and on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
We're
definitely.
talking about doing some big things with UFC 6, starting a league, maybe starting a team. So be on the lookout, maybe expanding the podcast in different directions, trying different things, making new podcasts. But Sky High Josh ain't just a streamer. He's out there looking at different things. Like you said, we were talking about running a league together for UFC 6. You know,
Oh yeah,
big
that'd definitely be good, especially for UFC 6 at like the early stages of it. If we can find the people,
yeah.
and definitely, like I said, start promoting it a lot and always putting it out there in the Discord. And even if there's people's Discords that you can go and promote it in there, definitely get it out there because looking to run a good league with the new UFC coming out.
Yeah, and there's going to be lots of new players, lots of new hype for this game, but I have a bunch of connections that maybe I don't talk to every day, but I know that I can pull these guys out for UFC 6. I think a lot of guys are
Yeah.
going to end up starting to come back around anyway just for the hype of it. The
But the one
whole
thing I'll be honest with that, if we do that, the one thing I will keep tight with that is it will not be like it will be a good place to like come and compete because it will not be a toxic community. Anything like that will not be having in that. We want
yeah.
it to be a good league we want it to be a good league that's gonna stay around for a while, like with UFC. I know the game dies down after a bit, but if we can actually keep that going for a while and have some decent people in there, it could get somewhere, get some recognition from it.
Yeah, it's exactly this. It's you know, the little bit of toxicity can be saved for like the regular Discord, which I can either take an old Discord that I made for a league before, and we can
Yeah.
repurpose it. We can also just do it within this Discord, the MMA Marks Discord, and we can make a whole new
Oh
one.
yeah,
There's
cool.
just so many options out there, but I agree. I think that it's I want to run the league more on a professional level than
Yeah.
just like a random fucking fight club. I want it to be like, nah, if you think you're better than him, fight him. I mean, shit talk between the two people on
Yeah,
the
when
private,
I mean
that's
toxic,
up to
obviously I
them.
don't mind. Yeah, like the shit talk, that's alright, but then when people like start getting personal with each other and stuff
Yeah,
and
and
that,
going on
like,
their Facebook talking about their family and shit, it's weird.
yeah,
We've
that's
seen
just
that a
weird. None
lot.
of that. having that little like the little banter between each other and having that little shit talk, just joking, yeah, that's fine. But then like when you're getting people getting that personal, you don't want none of that because it just looks bad as you as the person who's running the league. Because then people can think you're just allowing that to go on. Like, nah, can't have none of that going on with stuff like
Yeah.
that.
But just to get us on track, and I'm not trying to derail this conversation, we can get back to this.
Oh
but
no, definitely not.
since early introductions are done, so let's give it a little bit of a idea of what we're going to be talking about today. We got a little bit of headlines to get into. We're going to be each picking a hero of the week, an asshole of the week. Chat's welcome to say who theirs is as well. That's always fun, obviously. But sometimes we got to be creative because there's not always somebody that's like a true hero. There's not always somebody that's a true asshole of the week.
Yeah.
But so it's not always like deserving. So we got to kind of make it work. But then after that, we'll be talking about a little bit of the main card picks. We might give you who we think is the lock of the night, the underdog of the night, but you guys are always welcome to ask any type of questions. We're willing to talk about anything. MMA is the main game, but we talk anything. We can talk any combat sports, most sports with SkyHighJosh. I got to remember which side he's on. But yeah, so feel free to ask anything. You don't have to feel like you're going to derail the show. We're willing to derail it. That's how the show is. And Rampage, welcome in, dude. It's good to see you. Did you want to say anything before we get into any headlines, or did you want to get back? I didn't want to derail it. Like I said, I didn't know
Oh
if
no,
you.
I'm good. I'm just
Okay.
gonna stay. I'm just staying back with you. Obviously, if you're ready to talk about the card, we can do that now. Anyway, though.
Well, I say that we talk about some headlines because I pulled some up and stuff, and I think that some of them were pretty interesting.
I think one of the main ones we want to talk about right now is UFC 6 being out for pre-order right now.
Yeah, you can pre-order it. It is what, like around $70, depending on where you're from, and then $100 for the
Ultimate Edition. Yeah.
Ultimate Edition, and I believe you have to have the Ultimate Edition to be able to get the early access as well.
Yeah, Ultimate Edition gives you 7 days early access.
Yeah, so that's why when I made the UFC 6 donation goal right here, right underneath me or us, it's for 100 because I'm trying to get the fucking Ultimate Edition played a week early. I even did sign up as a beta tester or something because supposedly there was an option to apply.
Yeah, but basically you can go onto the EA site on Google and you can sign up for to be a playtester. And when you sign up to that, they have like a UFC thing at the bottom saying like to sign up for the beta. It's not saying that you're gonna get it, but they say just keep checking your emails. Like now, keep checking them because you never know, you might get a code sent to you for it.
And
but it's only a limited amount. It's just a limited amount of people that's gonna get them codes.
Yeah, and I did that a few days ago, so I might get it, I might not. But they also have one for Apex. It's all about playtesting the new stuff, I guess,
It's with most games they do that because, like I said, when I used to play FIFA a lot, when it came to, I think it was FIFA 23 or 24, they actually sent me a code for the beta early.
Okay, because you was already in the system, huh?
And it wasn't even that. It's because I was before I was always buying the games. I seem to do that with people who consistently play the games and buy them.
Yeah.
Actually, when it does come to arseholes of the week, I've actually just thought of one and I've just changed it literally in my mind right now because there's something that's really it's really got to me. It really has, because it's gonna not a lot of people. It's not gonna benefit a lot of people really.
All right. Well, we'll get there. Let me get you we'll start off with a light headline. Charles Oliveira du Bronx signed an 8-fight fucking contract this late in his career.
8 foot. That's
signs an 8-fight extension.
I don't feel like that's gonna work. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna go right for him, because I feel like that's gonna get to the point where he's gonna probably lose a few fights and then he's gonna want to get out of that contract because I don't feel like he's gonna stay consistent, because after that last fight against Max and the way he fought Max, I lost complete respect for Charles. I did like Charles, but I just lost complete respect for him after that fight.
Yeah. Well, I didn't lose complete respect, but uh, it knocked him down a huge peg for me in where he stands on my all time and like how much I like him. But I still
Think
respect
about
him. You know what I mean? I couldn't say I wouldn't go that far, but I get what you're saying. I know you don't exactly mean it that
no, but
harsh.
but it's BMF, and you meant to
Yeah,
a BMF shouldn't be like who was talking about it? I think it was DC and someone else. Basically, what they were saying with the BMF, there should only be a certain amount of times you can take them down. Like after that limit, you can't like do any more. That's what I'm saying, because it's BMF. Really, you're brawling.
yeah.
It's showing who the baddest motherfucker is. Not
Ben
not
Askren
not
was one of
not.
the biggest people to criticize it. That's the funniest
That's
part.
who it was. Yeah, that's who it was. It was here. It was him. That's
Yeah,
who was talking about. He the one was saying that there should be a certain amount. There should only have a certain amount of times that they can take someone down and stuff, and like hold them down for like a certain amount of time.
hell yeah.
But
Real quick, welcome in, Lou, bro. It's good to see you. Who was it? Thor? Thor was asking about you, I think. Either Thor or TJ.
yeah, so yeah. But
So
I was
I
disappointed with
told him you're
Max's
alive.
performance. I was disappointed with Max's performance in that fight, though.
Yeah, well, you
The
gotta
com-
say, you gotta say that knowing Rampage is in the chat. You know he'll want to argue that he didn't even get up. It's his fault too that the fight
I'm,
sucked.
I'm like one of the biggest Max fan. Max has always been one of my favorite like fighters, and I'm even saying it myself. Like that was a disappointing performance from him. Like he didn't even try to get up. He's like he just laid there and said, "Just do what you gotta do." Like
Well, he was
he did.
fighting. He was fighting off the submissions, but also Charles Oliveira wasn't taking so much risks because he was trying to keep
Yeah,
control. It was just it wasn't a BMF fight. What we
no, it wasn't.
what the public considers the BMF stylistically fight, it wasn't that, but good fight, I guess. Like they kind of nullified each other in a way, and Oliveira was the guy staying in the most dominant positions and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
if that was just considered a normal fight, then yeah, you know what?
It
Yeah,
still would have been
Charles was
a
the better fighter.
it still would have been a bad fight, but not as bad as like Rose and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
whatever her name was, and you know Charles the true
Who was
BMF Oliveira. You know what's funny is like he's not though, and the thing is like I believe he is up there to be the champ, right? To be the real champ,
Yeah, he is up.
and
Yeah, he's up there to be real champ. Definitely, I can agree with that.
somebody that's like Oliveira. That's like their main tool is their submission game. They're not really. I would say most times they're gonna beat the BMF guy. I mean,
But do you think
imagine.
he could do it? Do you think he could do it again? I know obviously he done that with the BMF, but do you think he could do that again, or you think he could go and win that bout again?
No, I can't believe he signed more fucking fights. I thought
That's
he
what I'm
was
saying.
gonna be
This
on
is
his
this
way
is what
out, bro.
I'm
I
saying.
figured that he
This is
got that BMF title. It's like he's on his way out. Like, yeah, I'm
that's what
doing
I'm saying.
legacy fun fight. I expect him to take this fight and fight like he wanted to leave a fucking stamp on his legacy. Like this is gonna be how people remember
Yeah.
me. That's what I
This is what
expected.
is going to go wrong for him. I feel like he's going to end up losing a couple fights, and then he's going to want to try and get out of that contract, but he's not
I,
going to be able to because he's going to have so many fights still left on his contract.
it's easy to compare him to it, but you also got to remember that a lot of people, if you look at the two, they kind of look alike. Is he gonna be the old Brazilian fucking Tony Ferguson in his career later on? You know,
Yeah, yeah. That's you could
he's gonna take
yeah
the
you could
T
give that.
Ferg way out. This is one that GPT gave me that I didn't see until now, and I didn't look into it. Sports books publicly reacted to unusual odds movements before the card. Doesn't tell me where they moved or how they moved, but it's saying someone knows something chatter. So supposedly the betting odds have moved in a way that's suspicious for this fight card. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe look out for that unless you heard anything.
Nah, that is the first time I've actually heard about that. That
Yeah.
is actually weird then.
Well, the fights are happening soon anyway, so we'll be able to tell if there's something fucky going on when we watch it.
I was I was just reading what Rampage said in the chat. They're saying so Islam isn't a BMF genuine question. If he was to fight the way
Well,
he fights, no. If he was to fight the way he if he was to keep it on the feet and knock someone like clean out, yeah. But if he was just to take someone down and hold them there, I would look at it the same way as the Max and Charles fight.
yeah. Well, okay. So Islam, he's not a BMF, but here to answer your question, I want to put a butt on there and say, if Islam was given a BMF title fight and he fought the same way he always fights, or not always, but like, not a BMF, what we consider BMF stylistically fights, then yes, he's not
Yeah.
a BMF. But if he took a BMF fight and then fought like what we'd expect motherfuckers to fight like in a BMF fight, then he's a BMF. So it's to be
That's what I'm saying.
determined.
That's what I'm saying. If Islam was to get a BMF fight and he was to stand with that person and like slug it out and like knock them out, I'd say, okay, you know what? He's a bad man. He's a BMF. But if he was just to go in there and fight the way he normally fights, like go in, put the pressure on, take them down, hold them there, and just do that for the whole fight, I would look at it like I said, I would look at it the same way as the Chosen Max fight. Like I wouldn't really have respect because you're
Yeah.
not proving your point really. Because any of them could just go and do that then. Like, let's have a BMF fight. I'll hold you down for 25 minutes and get considered a BMF. Like, anyone could do that if they got the skill, really. But standing on the feet and slugging it out for them 5 rounds
Yeah, and
proving the point,
you saying that
that put a
actually
stamp on it.
exactly what you're saying, and I agree. And I'm putting it in different words. It was like a handshake agreement. When you say you're gonna take a BMF fight, that means we're gonna keep it fucking. We're gonna slug it out. We're gonna fucking see who the tougher son bitch is. It's almost a handshake agreement. It's a man's bet. It's like it's more of that respect was lost than like respect as an actual fighter. It's like I respect you as a man less because you taking a BMF fight and then not producing a BMF stylistic strategy, then you're not really a man of your word.
I
That's
feel
really
like
what it
Charles was
was.
just playing.
He wasn't a man of the word.
I feel like he was just playing mind games with Max because of from the start. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do the point to the ground and all this and that. But no, I felt like that was just mind games to make Max think, okay, then you know what, he's gonna come out, he's gonna be aggressive the whole time, and then that's gonna happen. But then it's gone the other
Even
way. He's come out and he's just played the ground game the whole time.
Yeah, even when he gave it to him at the very end of the fight, it was like a little bit late too. Like he barely gave him the
Yeah,
10 seconds, And then
yeah.
so Lusa is about the betting. It's happened a few times. Yeah, but they have taken the fights out, and then we've taken a break. Meaning we had a break in that suspicious activity, as far as I know. So now all
Yeah,
of a
because
sudden
look at
there's
when
suspicious activity again. It's funny. It's Tim Elliott. I love Tim Elliott, but I think that he's been in talks of fixing fights or whatever in the past. I think he's been rumored or in suspicion of. So that might be true. He might be getting caught out there.
But yeah, literally, you mentioning that was the first. Because obviously, I do normally look for stuff like that, like headlines and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the first time I heard about that one. So we'll have
Yeah,
to keep an eye out on some of the fights.
yeah. When I was making my notes, I have GPT pull up headlines a lot of times, and they snuck that one in without me even seeing it. Because what I
Okay.
do is I take the headlines and I look if there's something to look into. I do, but I kept skipping over that one. Let's see, Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's teasing a return again.
Well, his return is apparently meant to be International Fight Week as well. Nothing's been confirmed yet, but for a while now they're saying that he may return at International Fight Week because original rumors was he may fight Paddy Pimblett, but we already know who Paddy's fighting at 3-2 at the Fight Week now.
Who?
And then
I
plus
forgot.
Bennett Saint thingy, I forget.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Benoit Saint Denis.
yeah,
BSD.
and
A
then
lot of people
also
call him BSD. That's easy to know.
and
Remember?
then you've also then got Robert Whittaker making his debut in at 205 as well.
Yeah,
That's going to be an interesting one to see.
against Nikita Krylov. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good headline to bring up. Krylov is we were talking about this earlier, but I think Krylov is a very good matchup for Robert Whittaker, but not my favorite type of matchup to see if he can really handle the weight class. I think he should have got a less well-rounded opponent and a bigger name. Considering that he's been a champ in a lesser weight class, I think that he should be almost with the top fucking echelon of the next weight class, almost like one fight away from becoming the next title contender. But it's still a good test for Whitaker. Nikita Krylov is extremely fucking well rounded. And I just think that the only thing that I was upset for Whitaker is Krylov is not exactly the best, like the biggest name to have, and I think Whitaker deserves more.
But isn't Whitaker coming off like 2 or 3 losses as well? So I'm sure he's lost like his 2 or 3 last fights. I'm pretty sure.
Who? Krylov?
Whitaker. No,
Oh,
Whitaker. I'm sure he lost. He has, I'm sure he's coming off like a 3-loss streak right now.
yeah, and this is okay. So that's interesting too because like he's had trouble with different things like taking shots and everything. It's like you're going up a weight class. Maybe the going up is gonna be helping his jaw, but I don't know, man. He used to fight at 170 at one point. He's fought Wonder Boy back in the day at 170. It's like Whitaker. It's later in his career. He's going up in weight. That's kind of like what they say you're supposed to do because as you get older, it's harder to cut weight.
Yeah.
Maybe there will be a significant speed advantage for Whitaker against a lot of these guys.
Yeah, because he'll probably still have that speed there, definitely.
But
it's
like
going to be an interesting fight to see, though.
The taller guys are going to be interesting to see how Whitaker does against them. But as a shorter guy, I always root for the shorter guys. Not always, but whatever. Let's see. I think that's good enough on headlines. Unless you got anything good.
No, I think we're all good.
Yeah, we went through a bunch. I mean, so would you like to go first or second on here?
I'll go second. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just do hero, and then we'll hear your hero right after. What's crazy is I gotta say my hero of the week, even though we were kind of saying that there could be bad things, my hero of the week is Charles Oliveira, man. I think that it takes balls and guts, and maybe he does see his career being a lot longer than some of us are thinking. So, like I said, not all of my ballpark hits, but out of all the things I was looking for a hero, I was like, you know what, good on Oliveira, man. I gotta nod the cap off or whatever, give him a little nod. Fucking hats off to you. We'll see. I hope the best for my boy. I mean, he could turn it around. Maybe because he got the criticism, next fight he'll come in being crazy. Who's your hero?
Like I was saying, like I was mentioning earlier, like I know we're moving away from UFC on this one, but yeah, mine's Triple H because like going back 6 months ago, he was very into AI being used within like the WWE, and obviously there's been a lot going on between him and TKO recently, and like I said, I feel like he's on his way out, and he has been mentioned like he's been out in them a lot, and especially with like this with the AI with like the Cody and Randy story like for WrestleMania, and even everything building up to it, he outed them and said, they used AI for the whole lot of that, and that looks bad on the company really, because then it's thinking, okay, if you're using AI the whole time, what's the point of them not having the creative? And it doesn't look good at all, because it just makes the stories feel like it's just not authentic anymore. Then,
well,
that's what
see, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I do want to argue that AI could be used as a tool, not as the main creative source. So it's like that's the issue. Is like they're like letting AI give them stale ass storylines. But like if they gave them the bread and butter or the meat, and then they just had them fucking spice up the meat for them. If they were like, yeah, if they typed in, I could do it. I could make a fucking badass storyline. I could be like, yeah, we're gonna have Randy Orton and fucking Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. You got to give them enough. You got to give them enough of the shit that is gonna work, and then just take some of the ideas they give you to spice it up. That's the problem. It's like it seems like they are kind of doing what Triple H is accusing them of.
This is the crazy thing, though. Like, I don't know if you remember this, but it was probably a couple of months back. Me and you was actually talking about stuff like this, and we was even talking about how AI is going to be heavily more introduced into wrestling.
Yeah, it's too easy
We
to.
was talking, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're just use and like TKO, like Tony Shapiro, he even come out himself and said that yeah, they are using it, and they've been using it a lot. What probably for the past 6 months or so.
Hold
And
on,
that's what
hold
I'm
on.
saying. And it's
This motherfucker is on my ass. But let me make a point though for anybody and everybody. You know when you make something with AI, how it's different. Uh, it's, let me see if I can make that any bigger for you. Is it hard to see?
no, it's fine.
Okay.
No, it's fine. I could see it.
So
That's fine. Yeah.
there's a difference between when I make a song and I just have AI just fucking do it for me. I give it very little.
Yeah.
And then when I actually put what I want in a song and then let AI like maybe reword some shit a little better, maybe give me some suggestions, but and then I sit there and read it, make sure it's the right one, then I change it around. You know what I mean? Hey, Rampage, you know I gotta get defensive, bro, because I knew you and others were thinking this. I knew Josh was thinking what you said. And here's the thing though. There is a difference. Like
No, but that's completely
you
different.
can
Though. We're
tell when
talking
it's
about
stale, when the song's stale, and when the wrestling because I'm not against AI in wrestling to be honest, but you can tell when the storyline's stale is because they didn't give enough of themselves into it.
but it's been but it's always but it's always happened a lot with their biggest moments. Even the John Cena like the John Cena stuff, that was TKO. They used AI for that as well. That's why his farewell. That's why it was so bad. Triple
Yeah.
H had so many. Triple H had so many different ideas for John Cena for that. John Cena didn't even get to pick one of his opponents for his farewell tour because that was all generated by AI. So he didn't even get to choose anything except for him tapping. Obviously, him like tapping it to Gunter. That was the only fight he got to pick, apart from
Yeah.
everything else.
Well, yeah, and I'll just say this for my feelings on AI with most things, but definitely within pro wrestling. I am for it, but it has to be used as a tool, not as the main source of the.
That's the thing. That's their main source. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They've kind of said they're using it because they want to profit off of it.
yeah. Like I used AI to make this whole fucking studio. I used
Oh
AI
yeah,
to
but
make
that's
that
different. Yeah, but
donation.
that's
You know what I
different. Though
mean?
you're being
But
creative. You're
if
being creative.
if that's how uh it was used for pro wrestling, that's cool. Like if they were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, definitely.
it'd be the same thing if I generated a or if you were a new wrestler and you were saying I want a new gimmick. AI is going to give you some basic shit at first, unless they know like what you like, what direction you're thinking. You know,
Yeah, unless you go
you
into
got to have
detail.
your own
Yeah.
fucking you got to have your own ideas. You can't go in
Yeah.
there and just expect them to give you an idea that will work. AI is not in touch with the humans' fucking emotion and stuff like you like. I guess they are, but not as they're not good at creating shit like that. They're just not.
Yeah. It's not that complex. Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah.
Like AI used to not be able to do hands. They're not in touch with like storytelling exactly unless you but you could
Yeah.
mold it. Starting base AIs trash. But once you start molding it, you could say, I want you to read every motherfucking uh I don't even know, Charles Dickens or whoever fucking random ass art author is,
Yeah. No, I understand.
right?
Yeah.
You say and then I want you to try to be a new writer but highly inspired by Charles Dickens, this and that. So you could say, I could fucking do it right now. Like, and we might do it on streams either tonight or another day soon. I could say, make me, you're Vince McMahon. Fucking write me a whole storyline for WrestleMania 37 or whatever's next. I don't even know what number we're on.
40, 43, I think. Yeah.
37 is a good, just like almost a meme number. But and AI will do a pretty good job. That probably better than what they did because some asshole was working the AI. That's what I think.
But
So
like I
it's
said, I
like
feel like
to call the storyline AI just because it's stale. What happened to the other
Yeah.
What happened to the other storylines that were written by AI that people liked?
Yeah.
Who? It's probably all of them these days.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You don't know anymore. That's what I'm saying. But obviously, like I said, I feel like he's Triple H is on his back because there's been a lot of stuff. Like even like now, like that's what I'm saying. He has no control over anything. Like when it comes to like the stories or creative, because TKO, like the Tony Shapiro himself, they came out and said they've fully took over when it comes to creative side of WWE. So
Yeah,
that's why they're obviously heavily using AI more now because, like you say, they've lost a lot of their creative side. They've lost a lot of good people anyway.
it's funny because not that long ago, a lot of us were saying wrestling's looking up, UFC's looking up, and then the past few months, it's been a downslope hill of getting staler and staler feeling like a fucking card in the middle of the fucking night right now.
But
And
since
you know,
Paramount, since UFC gone to Paramount, I feel like it has been very stale. Like
yeah.
it hasn't had that. It
And
hasn't had that
and
feeling where you know what, like
who owns UFC? TKO.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it hasn't had that feeling of where like normally we're all in Discord, we're excited, thinking you know what, okay, we want to watch this card. We're excited. Recently, it's just like, yeah, we'll watch it if we want to watch it.
Do you think
Like,
the matchmakers are using AI?
you know what, you could be on something possibly. You could be onto something there. You never know. Because even like that's what I'm saying. Even Dana, he's starting to have less control when it comes to even like like even with the contracts and stuff like that. Now he's starting to have less control of stuff as well. So you never know. Like PKO, like they're maybe running more stuff when it comes to like the UFC as well.
Yeah. Uh, I
Because
don't know. I mean,
both
it's
sides have been feeling a bit stale though. Even with the UFC, yeah, there has been the odd exciting fights, but it's not been as fun as it usually would be.
now I didn't look into this. I just heard from you guys. When Triple H says that TKO uses AI to do the booking or whatever the fuck, however the storyline, um,
Yeah.
did he go into any detail of what AI and what the process was? Because
Nah, he
like
didn't really
it
go.
could,
He didn't go really into detail like that. Yeah,
I'd be
but
interested to know because I mean, there's so many different levels of AI users out there. I don't consider myself an in deep guy. I just consider myself a guy that uses it a lot, but on a small scale of AI.
because going back maybe about it was like sometime last year as well. This is what I'm saying. He was at the start. He was heavily into AI being used, but the one reason why a lot of people was criticizing him was because he was hardly at shows or there. He was away golfing or he was out on a yacht or something, and just allowing them to do the work, like to do, like book the shows and stuff and that, or he was just maybe using AI while he was doing whatever he was doing and booking matches like that. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where the downfall started
Hmm.
for him as well, like because of him doing stuff like that. And then obviously they've been maybe using it since then. And like you say, yeah, there's probably been stories and fights where people have enjoyed it, but then there's been a lot where it's just been stale as well because they're using that and they're not actually using their own minds to think of fights. Or it might even be to the point now where you know what they can't even like they can't even think of stories anymore that they have to use AI. But they're not using even if like you said it can be used in a good way if they was to like mention whatever fight they want to make, but describe it more, put more of a description into it. So that
Yeah, but
AI has got to read. Like,
you know what's crazy is like um there's all history always repeats itself, especially in pro wrestling. So it's like if they would have just did that, just taken old storylines and then recycled them for newer, like they've been doing forever, they know it works. They have so many fucking years of trial and error that and then they say, oh, this guy has that type of charisma. He would fit well with this type of storyline we did, you know.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he says I don't
It's
really
even
understand the
very
White House
sticky one.
card.
No, but it's not even that with that. It's just a very sticky one with the AI though, because like you say, it can be used in a good way, but then it can also be used like negatively as well.
Well,
Because the way I see it,
That's what I don't like that they're doing. Like Triple H is just saying that they use AI, but not really explaining what AI they use and how they used it. Like, cause like I said, with the right person using AI, they'll be better than anyone doing storylines. You just got to know how, the right prompts to put it in. But if they're doing stale ass prompts, it's gonna come out stale as fuck.
But clearly, he might have a lot of good ideas, but they're just not allowing him to use them ideas. Obviously, like I'm saying, he's not got that control of creative anymore, so he can't. He hasn't even got a say in it anymore. So it's just them basically using the AI. There may be bits of the stories that they're not using AI for, but most of like now, that's what I'm saying. Most of it probably is.
Yeah.
Like each week, like even with the like each show, like each week, you never know. Like, is it all AI generated, or is there still parts of it that they're actually booking themselves or coming up with?
Yeah, because some like when I hear this, my first thought when you guys say like Triple H said TK uses AI for their storylines and stuff. So I assume that it's some rich asshole who doesn't know anything about tech talks into his AI, GPT, fucking Gemini, whatever one they have, right? And says to the AI, what would be the most profitable storyline to run if you were running WWE right now? It would say some dumb basic shit like that and then believe it as if it was the gospel. You know what I mean?
They also trying to say with that that the main thing they're using it for is for analytics and like and monitoring the success of storylines, but that still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because like if they have a tech team of tech guys who know how to write prompts properly with PCs and just understand how to talk to a large language model, which is what it more is than anything.
Yeah.
Uh, then they know how to get the desired results. It's a tool that gives you information when you ask for it. So it's like
Yeah.
if it that's it that sums up what I was trying to say. It's as stale as the fucking person using it.
Pretty much, yeah.
If Triple H got on there and talked to that thing and really started to learn it, I'm sure that the fucking his AI would end up being really good at making storylines. Like I said, I
Because
know any of us could train a fucking AI to make crazy WWE storylines. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start doing that with CCTV now that we're talking about it. Let's try it out.
anyone, that's what I'm saying, anyone could do really, as long as you just give it the right description and everything, and give
I've
it
had
enough detail.
I've had AI give me themes for the night for CCTV, but
Yeah.
I've never let them pick fights.
Yeah, like yeah, get them to pick like yeah, like fights and what. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's times where they have tried, and the funniest thing is like uh out of nowhere when I'm like telling them I'm get like because what I'll do is I say I'm getting the CCTV fight card together. Out of nowhere, it will just give
Yeah.
me a list, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna give you my list. Like it gives me what it thinks, but
Okay.
I forgot where I was going with that. Something about the car. Oh, and it would just do the dumbest shit ever, like shit I would never do. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
why would they do this? Like and it would tell me what results that would need to happen. It would say and it would be like and then have this one run in mid fight. I'm like, we're fucking simulating matches, you weirdo. That wouldn't even work. Like it's
Yeah.
trying to really script it like that. And it's like every
Yeah.
now and then it does that, and I'm like, this is why I give you the whole fight card because you just want to change it all up, dude. We went into a long rant, but I'm sure you don't mind, and I'm sure the chat
Oh
don't mind.
no. Yeah.
That was all off
Honestly,
a
I'm
Hero of
fine.
the Week with Triple H. He forgot that we were even. That's where we were. Uh, my asshole of the week. I gotta say this. That's my boy Tim Means, Dirty Bird. Everybody knows I'm a big Dirty Bird fan. Uh, I don't know any of the details. I just heard about it. Supposedly there was some domestic abuse thing. maybe his
How
daughter,
would it be with
stepdaughter.
mm.
I heard somebody close fist punch or something, neck grabbing
Yeah.
allegations, headbutt allegations. Anytime you're doing that to anyone, it's terrible. But you're doing it to your own flesh and blood. You're and a female. You know, it's just crazy. I hope I hope that it wasn't well thought out. I hope that he had just a mental issue and he's gonna go get it fixed. But yeah, he's an asshole of the
That's,
week for shit like that, man.
yeah, you don't even need to ask me. Mine's literally the same. Like when I seen that, like,
Yeah.
but then we can also there's another one that I could go on to. Sony. Sony are the biggest dirty piece of scumbags right now because they've just literally they released a new update for PlayStation recently, and they obviously, as you know, you probably had to like re-sign in and everything and stuff. But
Yep.
they added a new like, they've added a load of new terms and services. Like there's a load of moderation things they've done now where they're getting a bit more strict with obviously with when you message people or like with stuff in like even voice chats. But the one thing, this is the reason why they are like the biggest arseholes, not even of the week, of the fucking year right now. They've added something called a DRM. So basically now with the new update that's just come out, you purchase any digital game now, you have to log into that game every 30 days. If you don't, you can actually lose, like not fully, but you can lose access to that game where it required to like do a load of stuff just to be able to play that game again. So what I'm saying is obviously there's going to be people out there who like work and stuff and hardly get time to play games. What's
Do
going to
you
happen if they play a game and then like they decide to not play it for a couple of months and then they could possibly like lose access to that game?
So I was trying to think like why they would do that or what would be the point. And the only
But
thing
but with all your old games, what I'm saying though, all your old games that you have though, all them games are fine. So like any games you buy now, so you like with UFC 6, when you buy if you decided not to play that game for like 2-3 months, you could possibly lose access to that game.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like the only place I can think that I can make sense of this, which I have no idea if this is gonna be what it ends up being, because the streaming and the live streaming of games, not streaming on Twitch, but like literally just not downloading the game, but using your internet to just play it without having to download it to your console. Maybe they're trying to go more into that realm. So they're saying that's why you're basically renting a game. And if not enough people,
Basically, yeah.
and if not enough people are using it, once you lose it, they're gonna stop. You know what I mean? They're gonna stop giving service to that game. Stop having it
But
available.
but Xbox tried this in 2017 and it completely failed for them. Like it just completely went wrong for them because
Oh, so this is
yeah,
something they similar to video games have done before.
yeah, Xbox done this in 2017, the exact same thing.
Well, then I'm happy then because look at Xbox now. They get every game for free basically.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and like with them, like this new woman's just took over, and in the past couple of months, she's announced Project Helix. She's reduced the price of Game Pass. What was like $28, now it's like 22. She's done a load of different things. She's even rebranded the logo back to the old Xbox 3, the Xbox logo.
Yeah, we
She's
might
actually
all have
doing
to
good
switch to
stuff.
Xbox the next console.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's actually like doing good stuff for Xbox right now.
With everything becoming
But yeah,
cross-platform, it's like I don't have to be loyal to PlayStation anymore.
and that's what I'm saying. Xbox, if Project Helix does actually get developed and released, that could end up being the new generation of best consoles because it's going to be it's like a console PC where it's going to be able to run games on Steam, like PC games. Like it's going to be able to have the Epic launcher as well. So it's going to be like even though yeah, it's going to be expensive. They're saying it can be anywhere from $1,000 up to like $1,500, but it would be worth the price
Yeah.
because with the amount of games that you would be able to play on it. But yeah, that's one of the main reasons why they are the arseholes of the week though, because of this DRM thing right now. Like it's very fresh. So obviously we don't know if they're going to keep on doing it or not. But like I said, there's people out there who not like game all the time
Yeah.
and may only play at certain times. So yeah,
Yeah,
you just
no,
got to be.
I'm with you. That's fucking bullshit because I'm somebody who plays a lot of the same games over and over again. But there are times when I want to go back to a game I ain't played in a couple months.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
And
crazy.
especially if people are spending big amounts of money on these games, like buying like the ultimate editions or even like deluxe editions of games. You're telling me that's going to happen, and that what if I don't log into that game for 30 days, that I'm going to lose access to it, and then I got to like do some like login or whatever, just to be able to get the game back. Because that's basically telling us, so you don't own your games, you don't own the license. Like we can basically take that game from you at any time.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how it works, man. When one of us gets violated with that shit or whatever you want to call that, when we get hit with it, we'll figure it out. But
Well,
as
like
of
I
right
said,
now,
that's
it's like
only
in
with
question
games.
how bad they're gonna be with it.
Like I said, it's only with games that you buy from now, basically.
Yeah,
So like when you buy like UFC or whatever or stuff like that, it'll be like that, where you'd have to you got to make sure you basically play the game like within 30 days every time.
he said it's not losing access to a game after not playing it. So what is it, Lou? Tell us. Tell us, motherfucker. Um, let's see. So you were saying when you were looking at this card overall that you feel as if it's like it is stacked in the Australian side because they're in Australia.
I feel like it is, but even though it's stacked for them, we don't know which way it could go on the night, though.
No, I know. No, I'm just saying I agree with you. I just know that you pointed it out before I did. I was just gonna say, which Australian are you rooting for the most tonight out of all the Australians?
You know what? Right now, Ty, I don't know. I want to see him have a good fight.
Right? I don't think he's
I
gonna
really want
win,
to
and
see him
I'm
have.
rooting for him.
Yeah, even though I don't think he's gonna win, I actually just want to see like a good fight from him. I want to see him go out there and not actually get tired for once and lay some fists.
Yep, yep, yep.
But
And
another good fight that I'm actually looking forward to as well on the prelim is Junior Taffa versus Kevin Christian.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what? I'm kind of a hater. Kind of a hater. I know a lot of people. Some people like the Tafa brothers. Tafa. I don't give a fuck what Tafa brother it is. They disappointed me plenty of times. But he's kind of like a tie. You know, he's gonna go out there and bang. Usually, live or don't live. I mean, you know what I mean. Go out on the shield. So I agree. It'll be a fun fight to watch. I don't have as much. I don't have faith in him. So I'm like, I can't get on him. They're giving a temporary license for, I think, the first 3 months when you buy a game because of the piracy. Because people could refund games but still have permanent license. Ah, well, like I said, hopefully that's all it is. But there's potential that it could be
Oh no,
some
like I
fuck
said,
shit.
somehow they will probably keep it going. But like I said, the Xbox done it back in like 2017, and it backfired on them completely to the point where that's when I think Xbox actually just went downhill for quite a while because they done that.
What was the prelim fight you said you Oh, Junior Tafa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Taffa versus Kevin Christian. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight. That is.
Out of all the fights, man, I gotta say, not too many prelims am I excited for. You know, I can't really tell you that there was only. I'll just say that the prelims look like they're gonna be fun, but not many like huge names, and the names that they do have aren't somebody to bet on, in my opinion. You might make some money off of them, but there ain't no like. You just want to watch all of them because it's gonna be a lot of lesser names wanting to prove themselves. Hopefully, they all need that
Yeah.
$100,000 for the finish. You know, that would be
The main
great.
fight, obviously, I'm interested in and I'm rooting for is obviously Prates versus JDM. I am, like I said, I'm rooting for Prates on that fight. I think that is going to be a really good fight. That is.
Yeah, and that's the main event. But That's a fight that snuck up on me that I never even thought as like a potential matchup. We can get right into the main event, might as well, since we're talking about it. Me personally, I think JDM has all the tools to win. I think that he will more than likely win. But I'm rooting for Prates. I like Prates' style and stuff better, but I think that
But I feel
Prates needs a finish, and JDM is going to be just winning consistently with his pace and
like,
pressure.
yeah, like I was
And
saying on Tapology, they have got Prates at like 54% for a KO as well.
yeah, I'm just I'm not trying to overanalyze it. This is just me doing guesswork off of
Oh
how
no,
I see that they fight stylistically. I would assume
JDM
that
obviously
JDM's going to
controls
come
the
with the
fight.
pressure, but Prates might handle that pressure perfectly, which would be awesome. I don't say Prates don't have it in them. I just think that between the two, they're going to be a little bit hesitant, this and that and the other. But if Prates comes out there and does work, fucking elbows that motherfucker off, elbows him off.
That's what I'm. That's what I'm
Sounds like
saying.
jerks them off. Can I get an elbow job, babe?
Yeah,
Yeah. I call that the chicken wing. Once you put your dick in her elbow.
yeah. Like if that's what I'm saying. If Prates can like, if he can get in close and just like throw them combinations in, I feel like he could definitely get the job done. But
He can do it from
I feel like
distance too, though.
yeah, definitely. But I feel like JDM might just try and take it to the ground and
I don't think it did.
control him.
I don't. Lou in the chat says, "Did Islam dominate and JDM mentally break him?" Though I do not believe it will. I believe that JDM is up on the elite status of his skills, and he's proven it. His will didn't necessarily break in that fight. You know what I mean? He
I
did
think it
lose the
just broke
fight,
him.
but
I think it just broke. I just think it broke him on the night though, because you could see it got him emotional. Like it just
yeah.
he was just more. It was more just frustrated with himself, probably because of the performance and the way he just got dominated the whole time.
Sometimes you gotta find out firsthand to see there's levels to this shit. But I don't think that
Oh yeah,
I
cool.
think
Yeah.
that if anything, it inspired him to be a better fighter. Losing like that, I hope that's what we see. I think no matter who wins out of the main event, both of them still have a great career ahead of them. Both of them
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Oh yeah. Cool.
JDM the better fighter in my opinion, but Prates is the better star.
But look at it, even the fight with Protest and Edwards. Like, look at the way he fought against Edwards as well. That
Oh yeah, and he
that was a really good fight.
knocked him out, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, that's what I'm
What
saying.
do you
And look at the
hold
way
on? What did he knock him
he,
out with? Was it
just
a
I can't
TKO or
remember.
was it clean? I
I think
literally can't remember.
I think
Holy
that was I
shit!
think it was a TK if I remember.
For some reason,
But yeah, that was a
that's
good
like a
fight.
fight that is easy to forget for some reason.
Yeah. If you could fight like that against JDM, I think he can get the job done.
Yeah. So who do you got and how?
I would say I'm gonna go Protest on that one. I'm gonna probably say I reckon it's gonna go into the late round, so I'm gonna give him a third round knockout.
I think JDM is gonna win decision. He'll probably win 4 out of 5 of the fucking rounds. He might lose one round. My guess, what if I'm guessing, but if I got to pick what happens, he's gonna knock out JDM first round.
You know, I do like his, I do like his like his style as well. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
and it's crazy the way he fights because considering it's just his energy as well. Every time you see him, he's always even like when he's doing videos, always just got a cigarette in his mouth, just like always just got like that good energy in him. But I feel like I think it might go to the late rounds, third round knockout.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jack wants to show like a grappling heavy performance today because you know Islam and everything else. Maybe he's trying to prove that
But that's what I'm
he can
saying.
get
That's what
there.
I'm saying. I feel like if he's going to dominate Prates, it will be through grappling.
It could be through striking. I believe stylistically he could pull that off. I think he's he's a heavy striker, man. And
But since
it ain't like he doesn't have like the volume. He's got volume.
I know, like you said, he's up there, like with a lot of obviously the other fighters. But like Lou said, you don't know what that could have actually done to his mental though. Anyway,
And
that's what we're gonna see from tonight's fight to see how
I'm so
he
happy it's
fights
happening
after
early.
that. Is
Right?
he gonna want to go? Is he gonna want to take it to the ground? Is he gonna think, you know what, as Prates got some kind of way of control? It might play on his mind. You never know.
You're exactly right. I can't wait. Now, let's see. Is the co-main Erceg and
Now,
Tim Elliott? Am I crazy? What was the
now,
co?
co-main is Benil Darius and Killian Salkilld, what his name is. But yeah, that's gonna be a good fight actually. I got Killian on that one.
Either I messed it up when I typed it in ChatGPT earlier, or ChatGPT just fucking eliminated that when they made my notes for me.
Timmy
Fucking
Elliott and
bastard.
Steve Finger. That's like the fight before the
Yeah,
co-main.
yeah, yeah. And you know who I got, and chat probably knows who I got.
Yeah,
You,
Tim Elliott, same. Yeah,
you gotta go with Australian. He's 11-1. He's on a hot streak. He's a heavy favorite. Benil Dariush, he gets clipped, man. I mean, he got knocked
yeah.
out by Charles Oliveira. He got knocked out by Arman Sarukian. He got knocked out by Benoit Saint Denis, BSD.
Yeah,
He's likely to get knocked out. We were talking about topology and the percentages. 94.5% of the people picking Quillian thinks that
yeah.
he's going to get a knockout. But 93% of the people that picked fights in topology picked Skillet, or however you say his name, Salkilld.
Still
Salkilld.
killed. Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think he'll probably knock him out first round, bro. I don't know, man. I think Dariush is getting up there in his age. Even though he's not as old as some of these
Yeah, he's
fighters,
getting
he's
old
moving
now. Yeah, really.
slow.
So,
He's only 36, or almost 37 now, but he's moving slow for his previous performances in his career. I think
but yeah,
he's
definitely. Yeah, I've noticed how he's been slowing down with the pace and stuff.
yeah. I think he's missing something, missing a step there. So I got
Yeah.
yeah
Killian. Yeah, I've got him as
Dariush
well.
getting knocked out first round. What you got?
I could see that, you know. Yeah, I'll probably go first round knockout as well on that one.
I mean,
Because he's gonna be
Dariush.
hungry. That Killian's gonna be hungry for it as well, though. Yeah, he's only 11-1, so he's like, yeah, he's still not proving a point. He's still getting his name out there. So
Just to be devil's advocate for a second, I don't think it's impossible for Dariush to win. Dariush does have some crafty fucking striking. He's got some spinning back fists that he sets up real nice. Um, and he also has some crafty fucking grappling. So it's not winnable for Dariush. It's just
oh, and I'm not
to
saying
me
it's
it's
gonna be
not
like a he's
likely.
gonna
He's
dominate.
the
Yeah.
younger fucking guy on a hot streak, likes to knock motherfuckers out. You know, like he's
Yeah,
whatever. He's gonna fuck him up.
yeah, he's just hungry. Obviously, he's gonna be more hungry, obviously, but like you say, you never know. Benil could pull something out of nowhere.
I predict that he's gonna steal a show tomorrow with beating Dariush's ass.
Yeah. Because the past couple of fights he's had has been very good. That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's gonna go out there. I think he's just gonna go out there, be aggressive, and just like try and get him out there early.
I mean, he's fighting out of Perth, like straight out of the same city they're fighting in, bro. He's the
Yeah,
home.
so he's gonna want to give his
He
man.
is the hometown hero. Well, a bunch of them are. So what am I talking? They're
No,
all from Perth.
but with that one, I know he's gonna want to give them a good performance and just go out there and kill him.
Yep. Shit. Next we got a fight that
Okay.
a lot of people would count out Elliott, but a lot of people know me know I have a special place in my heart for Tim Elliott. I hate him, but I love him. Uh,
Yeah.
to be honest, the betting line changed suspiciously on this one, supposedly, like according to Rampage, I believe. And I don't think they. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it ain't like he said like this is definitely it, but he mentioned that it could have been that. Which for me, it's understandable that betting line would change a lot because like Elliott is much older than Erceg, but Erceg
Yeah.
hasn't been in the same type of fucking fights as Tim Elliott. I think Tim Elliott is fought much better opponents than Erceg has. That being said, Erceg is younger, probably gonna put some work in, and he's in his hometown. He's supposed to win.
Yeah.
I could see him knocking motherfucking Elliott out, boy. But I gotta rock with Elliott. I'm gonna
I'm gonna go.
say,
I'm gonna go Elliott decision.
yeah. I want Elliott to win, and I want him to win enough that I'm gonna pick him to win.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily tell y'all to bet on him because he is up there in age, and it is supposedly there's suspicion behind it. It's a little fishy, but you know, Elliott's good in scrambles and stuff, man. He's fucking squirrely. That's what he is. He's squirrely as fuck,
Yeah.
bro.
That would obviously be a fight to look out for. Obviously, if the suspicion behind it, then
You
that'd be
know,
a fight to obviously watch and see what it's like as well.
and that's exactly what it is about Elliott. Where I say where I like him, it's because he has a unique cadence and style in which he fights in. It's not like
Yeah.
It's not your cookie cutter style. He's just kind of awkward and squirrely.
Nah,
uh,
yeah, that's what.
oh, God.
No, that's what I'm saying with him. That's why I'm going for him as well, because I know there's times where like you said, he's squirrely and stuff. But I don't know. We have to see. Even though I said decision, I don't know. I could see a knockout coming from him. He could just put it out of nowhere. But like you say, Erceg's gonna be obviously he's the younger one. He's more hungry as well. But we'll just have to see how that one goes. Because especially with a lot of these Australians on this card, I feel like a lot of them are gonna push for that 100K.
Yeah,
A lot of them are gonna want it.
I think a lot of them gonna need it too. But so we got this next one on the card is one of the fights on the card where I didn't know either fighter. You got Marwan Rahiki. That name's
Yeah.
semi-familiar, and it's probably because he was a Contender Series guy, and then he won in Contender Series, and then won in the UFC. And he's an Australian guy. He's a huge favorite, and he's going against a New Zealand dude. And this guy is fighting out, like coming out of like some like indie feds, if you will. I like calling him that, even though it's UFC and MMA. But the lesser,
Yeah.
he's not coming out of nowhere special. Just like some probably local place. So, but
Okay.
I would say if you bet on Schmidt, you know something no everybody else. You know what I mean? Like you gonna know some shit that we don't know. I think Rahiki's supposed to win. I think he's gonna win.
I feel yeah. I'm just going off a record wise. Yes, I would give it from based off a record. I would go Rahiki because he's like he's 8-0 as well.
Another potential to steal the fucking show. The only reason why I
Yeah.
said the other guy over top of him is because this guy's fighting out of Sydney, Australia. The other guy's the co-main event's fighting out of Perth straight up. So the crowd might be a little bit more behind him. But who knows,
Oh yeah.
man? Still Australian, still got a fucking perfect record of 8-0, about to be 9-0. He could steal a show.
Yeah.
But you got Rahiki too as well, probably. Like I said,
Like I said, based off a record, yeah.
it,
Because
it,
the only
it don't even make sense. Like, I mean, I guess like 4-2, but like this 4-2, he's not coming from some fucking well-known brand or anything, unless something I don't know. Maybe he's just a local fucking hero.
because how he's even got into the UFC with a record like that in the first place, to even be honest, like
Maybe he's I don't know. I didn't look into it. I only looked at this card and really looked at it and decided on who I knew. Then you
he's
got
probably just a filler. He's probably just a filler. They probably just got him out of somewhere and just needed him just to fill that. Because that's how it looks with the record as well. Like him being 8-0 and him being 4-2, it's obviously going to be heavily sided for that Marwan then. But you
yeah.
never know. This Ali could come out and he could surprise everyone and do something crazy.
Yeah. Well, well, it ain't next on the card, but it's the next one down on the card. We got Shamil Gaziev taking on Brando Patricky or something. I don't know, but the Balkan Bear, the guy that just knocked out fucking Louis Sutherland, who's also on
Yeah.
this card. Both these guys just fought each other a month ago, and they're both on this card.
Yeah.
And this guy's awesome, man. I think he's gonna knock out fucking Shamil pretty fucking easily, probably first round.
Yeah, I'll
but
probably go same. Yeah, same with that one.
it
That
ain't
was a good fight against Louis. That was.
it ain't like this guy is a terrible fighter. It's just he's been a little bit stagnant. He's been in the UFC a while. This Shamil, this guy's new,
Yeah.
hot, and fucking on fire. Like his post fight interview, he said fucking bring them all on. You know, like
Yeah, I
he's
remember.
somebody I
I
can get
actually remember
behind.
that now. Yeah.
He's somebody I want to be. I'm behind already. You know. Uh, oh, do you feel the same, or how do you who you got?
Yeah, no, so I feel pretty. Obviously, he's like, yeah, he's young though. He's got that the way he, like you said, the way he called everybody out.
Yeah,
I reckon he could, if he carries on fighting the way he has been and carries on going, yeah, I reckon he could be in contention for the title.
he's 6'5", but he also works in. I mean, not works, but he's fighting out of city kickboxing. He's probably one of the biggest city kickboxing guys out there, meaning
Oh, okay.
physically big. 6 foot.
Well, put him again. If he wins this fight, you know who I'd like to see him fight after the White House. Put him and make him fight Hockett.
Yeah, they're more than likely to put him against Titties. I forget his name. I
About
think
now.
I think I
But
think
yeah,
if Hockett wins, none of these guys will even be touching him. He's gonna be going right for the title.
yeah, I
It,
think if Hockett does win this next fight, he's gonna be in talks for a title shot. Because the way he's, as much as I don't like the way he acts, him as an actual like fighter, he is actually good. I
you
think
know,
it's just the energy that it gives off. That's what just gives him that extra confidence. Though.
I didn't realize that they were doing back-to-back heavyweight fights. I kind of like that. And
Yeah.
If this was AI choosing this, I'd like the lineup. Ty Tuivasa taking on Louis Sutherland. Louis Sutherland just got knocked out by dude we were just talking about, fucking the Balkan Bear or whatever.
And,
Ty
both of us
Tuivasa's
like
trash
these
though.
better
We know
fights.
this, right?
For
This
that
is
one, for this one, I'm gonna go Ty. Though. Like I said, I want to see him actually have a good fight and put
you
like a good performance out there.
you heard a loser leaves town. This is winner and loser leave town unless the winner does something significant. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, I know.
Both of these guys are lucky they made the card. And I think Louis probably um, got gifted this last got gifted
Last
this
minute,
fight
yeah, because yeah,
and was like
like obviously,
he's like, you know what, I need to fucking shake that L. I'm
you
actually
know,
rooting for Louis, but I think Ty might take this one.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he was talking about Ty's original fight, I would have went against him.
Yeah. I think Ty's gonna
But that's
knock
what,
out Louis first round.
but going back to it again though, the original fight that Ty was meant to have, the guy he was meant to fight, even he's 4-2.
Well, who was it again?
That Sean Sharaf.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
That's who Ty was meant to originally fight, and he's 4-2 as well. He is.
the main reason why I give it to Ty Tuivasa this fight is because he literally only got knocked out a month ago. You know what I mean? He's already gonna be a little bit whatever, man. It ain't like
Yeah.
this guy's brain's healthy. His brain's probably still a little bit shaken from the fucking knockout. He just got knocked out by that big old son of a bitch. And he comes forward. He's just gonna come running forward unless he tries something different. But he just runs in and runs forward, bro.
Yeah, that's all he ever does. But even though he's like that's what I'm saying, but I want him to win this fight though.
That fight's
That's
gonna be
why I'm
it's gonna
rooting
be
for
so
him.
awesome. That fight's not leaving the first round. Somebody's going out in the
Yeah.
first round in that fight for sure. I think the other heavyweight fight too, but I think this fight for sure. Neither one's. They both need it. They both need it.
We always say that with Ty though, but somehow his fights always end up going like 2-3 rounds and just some crazy stuff happens. He
I
ends up
can't.
getting knocked down he ends up getting knocked down so many times but survives somehow. Like
This Louis though, man, the way he fights, especially
they're
in his
both, as I
last
said,
fight.
they're both. It's gonna be crazy because they're both obviously they're kind of the same. They just both run in whenever they're fighting people. So it's gonna be weird to see them both coming at each other like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know you said your don't miss prelim was what was it? It was Tafa and the other dude.
And Kevin Christian.
I gotta say, mine would have to be because, like I said, I'm not too hot on any of these prelims. I'm sure that they're all gonna be fun fights, but I'm saying you should probably tune in for Malkoun versus Meerschaert because
Yeah, but
this is one of the biggest setup fights. We know Meerschaert has fallen off. He was never that great, but he's fallen off
but
significantly.
how that fight has not been cancelled though, with Meerschaert coming in 4 pounds overweight.
You know, it's possible that UFC and Malkoun. I have no idea, but I'm just saying this is previous stuff I've seen in the past. It could have been had some weird flight issue thing to where the weight cut was fucking hindered. You know, it could have been travel issues that fucked it. So they were like, you know what? Fuck it, man.
Yeah, but on
But
Topology though, if you look on Topology, because it shows you all the weigh-ins, it actually shows it on there as him being like he weighed in over.
yeah, 190.
He's coming 4 pounds like heavier than than Malkoun.
Yeah, but
So that's what.
Malkoun was still in the range that's acceptable. Not if they were fighting for the title, but still for the weight class, he didn't go too much
No,
over.
but he wasn't even, because even there was another thingy. There's another middleweight that came in at 186 as well. So I think that's like, I think that is like the limit for them that they can come in at, is like 186, nothing over that.
Yeah, for it to be considered, they might even give you like a 1 extra pound as well, but I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But what I mean is like he was still within his weight, even though they're calling a catch weight. Fucking Malkoun
No,
made
it's
weight.
not on
You
here.
know what
No,
I
it's not
mean?
even catch weight. It's not classed as catch weight on here. Though. It's actually like, it shows on thingy like it's the middleweight fight.
Well, on Tapology, it says catch weight.
Okay, this has been updated, but yeah, on here, obviously I'm not looking at Tapology, but on here
But it is
even
a
when you
catch.
look at
It is a
view,
catch weight fight because he didn't make weight and they're still doing it. So they
yeah,
have they can't. So
yeah.
basically, like in a weird way, Meerschaert can't make any ranking movements because he didn't make weight.
And he'd have to pay a cut of his thing to him
Yeah,
money for not making weight as well, like
but that's why
because like
they
unless the
can't
reason that
call
you
that.
gave like him unless the reason that you gave, obviously, like with obviously the weight cut being late, they may not take like make him like pay that cut because of that reason. But
Well,
that's obviously that you could use that to his advantage, like you said as well, because him having that extra 4 pounds on him.
I don't think that he would have been nice to him about money wise. We could
Yeah,
probably find this all out right now, but it ain't worth it. What I meant was he probably still took the fight because it's a significant difference. It's what 4 pounds. That's pretty significant,
yeah,
bro.
4 pound difference. Yeah,
Coming in on weigh-ins, 4 pounds overweight. I think a lot of fighters have been like, "Fuck off." That's way too overweight. You didn't even attempt it. We've seen more egregious stuff happen, but I'm just saying, Malkoun, he wants a fight. He took the fight. There might have been stipulations that kind of made him feel like, it's whatever. I'll just still take it. But very risky. Like remember what I said when we first were looking at this before we started podcasting when I was writing my notes. I still stand by this. I forgot I felt this way. I hope that weight advantage works for Meerschaert, but the reason why I was saying don't miss this fight is because Malkoun's likely to knock him out viciously.
yeah.
Stylistically and everything else, is Meerschaert probably not going to survive this fucking fight. He's probably going to retire or whatever after this.
He should do with the record that he's got there. Like he needs to.
So let's see. You want to talk about live underdog or lock first? Where are we going?
We can go underdog first if you wanna.
All right. Well, uh, it's near even, but I was thinking about saying Prates, but because I didn't think it was gonna be that close. The betting
No,
odds.
but I could kind of agree with that though, because obviously experience-wise, JDM has got even though he's got less fights, I feel like he's got the more experience because obviously the people he has fought as well. So that's the reason why I would kind of go underdog for Prates, really. Even though he does have the more fights, I still feel like though that JDM has the more experience.
I'm gonna scroll through real quick. I wouldn't dare touch the Elliott fight on betting, but
Oh nah.
if you consider Elliott a underdog, I consider him a fucking underdog that has potential to win. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, there's not many. These are very set up for the Australians, so it's like anybody that's underdog
Yeah.
is not likely to win, and even the fights that are like the underdog might win, it's usually a fucking near even.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Underdog for me would be Prates.
That's the only one I can think that would be like, there ain't gonna be too many underdogs to really do anything with. And then the lock of the night, out of all, there's lots of locks, but I would say honestly the safest
My
bet. Oh, you want to go first? Go ahead.
my luck for the night will, like I said, my luck will be Killian. I think we're gonna see something special from him. I really do.
Yeah, he's a bit of a lock, but the reason why I say Ty is more of a lock is because Dariush has more tools than fucking than Tuivasa's opponent Louis, and he
Yeah.
just got knocked out a month ago, bro. So it's like, bro, it's a pretty good lock that Tuivasa is gonna knock out homie, in my opinion. But yeah, Dariush taking an L is a pretty decent lock as well. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I just like I
I
said,
think I feel like we're gonna. I just feel like we're gonna see something special from him, though. That's one fight I'm really interested in watching. I just feel like we're gonna see something good from him.
I can't see a lot of grappling in a lot of these fights. Maybe the fighters that we don't know too well, but it seems like a lot of these guys are looking for knockouts. If you base it on their fights, even the ones that you don't know, and you look at the records, you're like, a lot of these guys are fucking knockout heavy.
Yeah. But sorry, but that since you have like since this obviously new 100K bonus thing has come into like play, that's what I'm saying. You have seen a lot of more like fighters be aggressive because they're going for that extra money as well.
Well, since you mentioned it, that's something that me and TJay were discussing last week, actually. That it seems like that kind of got stale too. Like the last couple of events, it seems as though that these guys forgot 100,000. Like at first, when it first got announced, everybody was going out trying to finish, and
Oh
then
yeah.
all of a sudden, the past couple of fights, we haven't been seeing the same type of like excitement for that 100,000. I think this
Yeah,
card.
'cause you
I
have that
think
one
this card is going to be that. I think it's definitely going to be that.
you had
Like,
that one card where it was just like all decisions, and it's like,
yeah, I think a lot of these guys tonight, especially because they're not well known. The well known guys are sluggers. We know that much. But the guys,
but they're the more older, but they're the more older and like experienced. But
you know what I'm
what
saying,
you
even the
could lose
fighters
as
we
well.
know, they're likely to go for the finish even before the 100,000 was announced. And then the fighters we don't know, they're hungry and young and they need it.
They're the ones who trying to get their name out there. They're trying to get recognized more though as well.
So basically, if you're in here debating whether to stay up or to wake up early, whatever you want to call it, we're telling you it's likely that this is going to be one that people slept on because of it's in the middle of the night. I'm definitely watching this one. I expect
Oh
fireworks
yeah,
all through the night or morning.
I haven't actually had this much excitement about a card in a while. That's what I'm saying. This is one I'm actually gonna want to watch and like see how these fights actually play out.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, we went over most of the card. Is there any other fights on the night that you wanted to talk about before we move on to a couple of other things?
Nah, that's probably pretty much it. Yeah, then when it comes to all the other fights, they're just.
Yeah, I don't really have any strong opinions on most of this. Like we said, there's not very too many huge names.
But the only other one actually I could go off of as well actually, is another one I'm kind of looking forward to. I think it could be a good fight. Is I was telling you about earlier, Wes Schultz versus Ben Johnston.
Yeah. And who do you got in that one?
I've got Wes Schultz for that one. I think he could. I reckon he'll take that second round.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win that. I don't know enough about either one.
And then what's another interesting one as well is that the first fight of the night on the prelim is Cody Steele versus Don Marfan.
Yeah.
That Cody Steele, he's coming off of a good streak actually. He's 7-1. He's
And
won his past, like he's won his like the last few fights. That Don Marfan is like he's that fight for him. He needs to prove something right now. He's coming up of he's 9-2. He's coming off like 2 losses. So I feel like he needs to prove himself and make a name for himself off of that fight.
hell yeah. And he's got a cool name too, Cody Steele. That's what I was going on about earlier before we started. I was like,
Yeah, the way
Cody spelled with a K and Steele. That's cool. By the way, Sherry, welcome in. Good to see you. And she said, "Wow, look at all that sexiness. It's sexy Sherry in the house." Give you a little song for a sec. A little Sherry intro.
Oh, yeah.
Bow down to Sherry. Queen Sherry's in the building. She's in the chat, yo. Bow down. All right. That's enough for Sherry break. Sorry, Josh.
No, so quickly go back to talking about Charles. His coach has just literally 50 minutes ago put a statement out saying that Charles will call it a day when he's 40 years old. So he's going to be fighting till he's 40.
And that's still kind of a early retirement these days. A lot of guys are fighting into their 40s now. It used to be like guys like just Dan Henderson, they couldn't believe he was still competing. There's the Cub Swanson was getting up there. There was a couple 40-year-olds in the last card.
But yeah, his coach provided a timeline suggesting he will call it a day. When he's 40.
Hell yeah. One thing I wanted to talk about, since we already talked about the fights, I know that you were talking how good the card looks. I'm going to give my first reaction to the card, UFC 328 next week.
Yeah.
Where are they at in 328? Do you know?
I think it is. Isn't it Las Vegas? I think
it might. It probably is if Sean Strickland's fighting there. So we got the main event, Sean Strickland and Chimaev. We went into that. I say, and I said to you, and I'll say it again. I'm somebody that counts out Sean Strickland in almost every fight he's in. I don't put enough respect on his. I just don't like how he fights stylistically. His whole stance and everything. It bothers me. I don't see him as somebody that's a potential world beater. But shit, he keeps proving me wrong. So I don't give him a shot in hell against what am I putting both his names together? I don't give him a shot in hell against Chimaev, but I guess I never know because I never give him a shot.
I've already got my fight of the night locked in for that night. Oh, my favorite one already, and that's going to be Tatsuro Taira versus Joshua Van.
Really?
Yeah, Tatsuro. I'm going for Taira on that one. Even though Van's obviously he's just come off of his injury or whatever. But they say injury. That's what they say. Even though it wasn't, it was because of how bad the last card was doing that they took that fight off of it to put it onto here.
So I'm just going through real quick. The early prelims and the prelims, nothing's too good. They're a couple bangers. You got Jim Miller taking on Jared Gordon. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But the main card's fucking straight fire, bro. I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You've got.
I got the Asian dude beating Joshua Van.
That's what I'm saying. That's who I've got for this one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I've been saying this from when it got announced. Even before it got announced, I used him a couple of times on UFC. I even watched a couple of his fights, and stylistically, I like the way he fights, even just in the game itself. Yeah, I am a big fan of Joshua Van as well, but I've got Tatsuro Taira for this one though. I think he can do this. I think he can actually win the title.
Yep.
I think that's going to be the biggest. I think that's going to be the biggest upset of the night is him winning the title, taking the title off of him so quick.
You think it's gonna be quick? I don't know if it's gonna be quick.
No, but I mean in the sense. No, I mean no, not in that sense. I mean in the sense of Joshua Van's only just won the title and then now he's going to lose it.
Yeah. Well, this fight right here, It's 125. It's a title fight, and no matter who wins, man, it's full of nothing but hard fights for everybody in the 125. 125, man, everybody's so goddamn well rounded and so athletic.
Yeah.
Anybody weighing 125 pounds, they can get around quick and they got cardio for days. But literally the exact opposite, the heavyweights. That fight is gonna be good, man. I think Volkov is a good candidate for fucking heavyweight champ.
Yeah.
I definitely got him beating Waldo Costa, but
Ooh, I'm
but
opposite when it comes to that one,
Waldo is
actually.
fucking I was gonna say he's young, he's hungry, he's got power, but Volkov
And
is tall, man, and he's got them
did he
fucking
win?
long pipes.
And didn't Costa win his last fight as well? I'm sure that was a really good fight, and he did. I'm sure he did. He basically did call out a load of people on that last fight as well.
He just beat Derek Lewis 2 months ago.
Yeah,
And then uh Volkov beat Almeida, but it was that weird one where Almeida was just wrestling the whole
yeah,
time and and Volkov was more dangerous from the bottom and shit.
yeah.
But
He was throwing more from the bottom at that. Yeah, I remember that fight.
Waldo likes to bang, and so does Volkov. But Volkov is more of a technique guy, more more technical striker. I think Volkov's gonna take it.
Yeah, but like you said, that whole main card is just completely stacked, even down to that's going to be a really good fight as well. Sean Brady versus Jaquin Buckley.
Yeah, and I don't know who I have in this one, man. I like both of these guys a lot. Um, I want to say, and it might be because I appreciate grappling more than people that don't grapple. So I lean a little Sean Brady, but who the fuck knows? Because Buckley's
No,
crazy.
I agree with you. Now I was good. I was gonna go for Sean Brady for that fight though. Anyway,
And so far, Tapology, most people, but this is almost 50-50. But
yeah.
yeah, but I would say probably Brady by decision because I don't know if he's going to finish Buckley. And Buckley, he's going to have to play it a little safe because Buckley's dangerous as fuck, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely. If Buckley can come out with some crazy, just
Even
come
in
out
the
with some
grappling
crazy.
exchange, bro.
Yeah.
Even though Sean Brady is excellent grappler, uh, fucking Buckley has some devastating ground and pound, bro. He is no fucking slouch, bro.
This is a bit of an interesting fight though. King Green versus Jeremy Stevens.
Well, Jeremy Stevens will always have a special fucking place in a lot of our hearts because of who the fuck is that guy. And if you've just been watching
Yeah.
Jeremy Stevens has always been one of the outlaw types, getting locked up before he could make his fight. They had to go bail him out, shit like that. Like he was a fucking
I didn't.
crazy maniac in his early career.
I never thought his record was that bad though.
Yeah, but it's because, especially like in the early parts of his career, a lot of times he would want to bang, and people would just like
Yeah.
outpoint him and shit, like take with
Yeah.
takedowns and shit. He was one of them guys that would get frustrated with point fighters, and I think that Green is great, but he's 39 years old. So is Jeremy Stevens. It's a fucking fun matchup. Most people got Green winning. I don't know, man. I think I like Stevens better. I think Stevens gonna knock him out. I think Stevens has the better power. And I know that Green is very quick and very elusive. I think Jeremy is good enough to put his lights out. So
One person
that's the underdog I'm going
um,
for.
another person who was bummed out to like see who's not fighting on that card though now is Blahovic.
Yeah, bro, man. And he's
He
another
told it,
potential that like a dark horse in the division in a division.
but but one thing that is this is kind of put up like earlier, like it's kind of fucked him with that he's torn his meniscus.
Yeah.
So that's going to kind of put a bit of damage to him now, especially with like tearing your meniscus as well. That's not pretty at all.
You think Jim Miller will be
Because he
able to
was
take
meant to,
this one? Oh, sorry, I thought
Jim
you were
Miller,
done.
but Jim Miller and Jared Gordon.
I think Jim Miller's a better fighter, but Jim Miller's age shows more. But him being an aging fighter does not. The, his peak is way better than Jared's peak would ever be, in my opinion.
Yeah. Wasn't Jared the one who everyone said that Paddy lost to? I
Yes,
remember. Wasn't that?
yes.
Yeah. When Paddy had that fight against him, and everyone said Jared. Okay, yeah.
He also had a
Um.
vicious spinning back fist knockout at one point. So like he had a little hype to his name. And if it's the personality that I remember, I think he's an ex-heroin addict, and a lot of his post-fight interviews are all about like, recovery and stuff like that. So he's a
Yeah.
good guy as well, Let's see. Submission decision, knockout.
But yeah, these next two. That's what I'm saying tonight. Well, yeah, the card this morning, and then next week card. They're both looking. They actually look pretty decent.
I wonder who it was against, because none of them say spinning back fist or anything. But I want to. Is he the guy that somebody threw a spinning back fist to him, and then he made a miss by throwing a spinning back fist right back to him, and it just fucking connected and knocked him out. I thought that was Jared Gordon, but I might be mixing him up with a different fighter. Because I'm looking at his record, and none of this exactly looks familiar to be that fight. It says TKO punches. View play-by-play.
Oh yeah. So
Let's see.
did you hear? Patricio Pitbull.
Yeah.
This is an article that's just come out 39 minutes ago. Patricio Pitbull brawls with brother's next opponent on the street, with fight now cancelled due to cut.
Say it one more time. Who fought whose brother?
Patricio Pitbull
Fought his own brother?
he had a fight with his brother's next opponent on the street,
Oh my god.
but now the fight has been cancelled due to a cut.
That's crazy, bro. He's fucking himself by doing dumb shit like that, bro. It must not have been Jared Gordon. I must be mixing him up with a different fighter. Oh, I am. Wasn't it something Stevenson or Stevens? Don't matter. They probably came out around the same, got on the same card at one time or something. I don't know. There's a reason why I'm mixing them up. But yeah, next week's card looks fucking awesome too, man.
So at karate, so his brother was meant to be fighting at Karate Combat. He was meant to be fighting some guy in Karate Combat, but his brother obviously ended up having a fight with that guy. Obviously, Pitbull ended up having a fight with that guy and cutting him. And because he's cut him, that fight's now being cancelled in Karate Combat. Yeah. So he just caused his own brother to have a fight cancelled.
Looks like Game Bread fights are on right now.
Okay.
By the way, did we just come into a fucking knockout?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. What time?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm gonna pause this for now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end the podcast unless you. Well, we can always say our final words, but unless you have anything else to discuss.
No, I'm pretty much done there.
Yeah, I'll say I think that we went over plenty. You're welcome to join the Discord, everybody, and I may be live again soon. Josh will probably stay live. We're gonna raid him, or unless you're getting off. Yeah, we'll hit your raid. That way I can end my stream. That way I can just go live on Twitch when I go live, because I like keeping YouTube to the scheduled stuff. But appreciate everybody that was here. Appreciate everybody watching the replay. Like I said, man, if you want to be part of the community, man, just join the Discord. That's the best way to get involved, man. We're always in the voice chat watching the fights. We'll probably be watching these Game Bread fights and maybe some other ones. And then we'll be up all night watching the fucking UFC, man.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So,
yeah.
See you
Appreciate
guys.
you all, guys.
Go ahead, say what you guys say.
No, I appreciate it, guys. And Mark, thanks for having me on the podcast again. It was I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. I mean, and with different things, we've had ideas, and with how comfortable you are on here, man, I definitely, if we don't involve you in the show, we got to have a separate show,
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I enjoy doing this. I like talking about all this kind of stuff and getting into different things. Just having a little debate as well. It's
Yeah,
always been my thing.
we'll have to talk about that later. We'll have to figure something out, because I think that there's a lot of potential there for us, you and I. All right,
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
And right after I raid you, I'll be back in about 5-10 minutes, and we'll let Tucker out, go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I was gonna